We do get a new witness today, but first we have to get through this mess that they're arguing about. I can't remember what they're arguing about. I'm trying. So, okay, I remember now. So what happened was the defense team were such slime balls. They just are. So what happened was the defense team gave the prosecution a list of their witnesses. Friday, or just like a day or two ago, one of their witnesses was a doctor, and he was at the very bottom. And he had a report of his findings. Now, he didn't actually run any tests at all himself. He just made a report off of other doctors' tests that they did. Well, the defense team gave the prosecution this report from this doctor just like 2 days ago. And then came in today and said, okay, we're going to skip all these witnesses and we're going to call the doctor. So Marsha Clark has had no time, because she's been in court every day, to look at this report yet and find her own witness to talk about what he's about to say in this report. Because she knows what he's about to say. And it is, although the truth, it's a partial truth. And it's like, the best way to describe it, like if I told you an orange is wet, oranges are wet, and all I show you is the inside of an orange, with like the skin ripped off, that would look full of water. But you can go and pick oranges all day and not get wet. You know what I mean? Because they're not looking at the whole orange. So that's her problem. So that's what she's trying to argue in front of the judge. Now this guy's about to respond to that argument in the stupidest way, I'm sure. The speed is at 1.25 so that we get through this trial sometime this year. If it's too fast for you, just bump your speed down.
Attempt of the prosecution to try to control our order of proof. Let me state a little bit of chronology here. Dr. Readers has been an issue in this case since the beginning of the year. We had a whole hearing with Mr. Harmon talking about his improper contacts with Dr. Readers. They've known that he's...
Well, Mr. Glazer, let's cut to the chase. The issue is the turning over of a report 2 days before you're going to call him.
The report was turned over on Monday. There is no legal requirement that Dr. Readers even write a report. He did not perform any tests. All he did was analyze their data. I feel like I've had a guest come to my house unexpected, stayed 3 weeks uninvited, and then they start complaining about the food. We don't have to have a report from Dr. Readers. We did one, given all the falderall that we've gone through about experts not having reports. The conclusions in the reports are exactly what they thought they were. When Mr. Harmon described our flicker of hope, they know what the issues are. Agent March knows what the issues are. I met with him last week in Washington. He told me what he thought our experts were going to say. They aren't that far apart, quite frankly. Both experts are going to say there are indications of EDTA on the sock and the back gate. Where they divert is in terms of whether you can quantify that. They've known about Dr. Readers. They contacted me yesterday about talking to him. I said,
oh, this is bad.
Short on time at that point.
Yo, that's bad. If this works for them, that is bad for the prosecution. They're saying there is traces of EDTA in the socks and on the back gate. The only way to get EDTA is after you remove the blood from O.J. Simpson and put it in one of those tubes that they use in the laboratory. EDTA is in that test tube thing. The vial. So, if they're saying that somebody took some of his blood from evidence and put it on the sock and put it on the gate, there would be EDTA in that blood. If it came from just his body, there would not be EDTA in that blood. So, if this is true, I'm not saying this is true. If this is true, that's bad for the prosecution. That proves that they poured his blood on there. That proves it. But we don't know. We don't know yet.
They know what the issues are.
What is Dr. Readers going to say about the levels?
He's going to say that their method is not capable of quantifying, first of all, how much is actually there, but more importantly, how much should be there, given the nature of the samples being exposed to the environment, being stored for 8 months, because the FBI didn't do any validation studies to demonstrate how much EDTA are you likely to lose, given the manner in which this evidence was collected and preserved. So he's going to say that their method is inadequate to do that.
How are you going to lay a foundation for this?
Dr. Readers has been working with EDTA since 1950.
No, the fundamental foundation.
Testifying to Agent March's reports? The court advised us several times during the prosecution's case that we can't control their order of proof. They decided to call all of their LAPD witnesses who did their testing after they called the people from Cellmark, after they called the people from DOJ. We objected to that. You properly told us, not our decision, it's their decision. They can tie it up later. I'm assuming they're not going to argue that their own agent's test results are invalid. He didn't tell me that. He stands by his test results. That's all that Dr. Reeves is going to testify about. Dr. Lakshmanan never wrote a report. He testified not only before Dr. Golden, but in place of Dr. Golden. Colin Yamauchi was switched on their witness list until the end of until after Dr. Cotton and Gary Sims had testified.
You're not answering my question, Mr. Blazier. I sat through the whole trial so far. I know what's happened so far. You don't need to tell me that. I just had a fundamental question. How are you going to lay a foundation to have this guy testify to this stuff?
I'm going to have him look at Agent March's reports and findings and have him testify about those. I can do it on a hypothetical basis, then I'm going to call Agent March to authenticate them.
Okay. All right. Just a question.
Okay.
Ms. Clark?
We need to have an assurance from counsel that Agent March will be called, because if not...
Well, then I'm sure you'll call him.
Well, no. Then I will ask to strike all of Dr. Reader's testimony. But the jury, having already heard a bunch of confusing and unsupportable conclusions, may then be so confused I'll be required to. That's a different story. I don't want to be put in that position. And I think the counsel should be admonished. That's a very serious sanction.
No, well, Ms. Clark, I'm just raising the issue. I'm concerned about the foundation for this testimony. We'll see. That was a intellectual curiosity question. All right. Now, Mr. Blazier does raise the point that we've been talking about Dr. Readers and the issue of EDTA for a long time, and we know what the issues are. I mean, it was apparent to me what the issues were.
Sure. You know, in a general sense, yes. Did we know about ETTA? Yes, we did. Did we know for sure that Dr. Readers was going to testify to that? No. That's why Mr. Harmon was attempting to find out why his name came up in that context in a circle of chemists, I guess, that were talking about it. And actually, as far as I understood it, determined that he couldn't be called to testify because he doesn't do the testing. His lab is incapable. And so we thought he was basically there, as many of their witnesses are, as just fodder. Their witness list is fat and replete with witnesses that they will never call, never intend to call. I'm not actually accusing them of anything nefarious in that regard. I'm just saying that there are many like that, and I've assumed that Dr. Readers was one of them because his lab doesn't do the testing. Now, it's one thing to say, even if you assume that we believed that he would be called, that there are issues here, but that doesn't mean that we understand what his conclusions will be and how to meet them.
I haven't seen the report. Does the report say that, yes, you can use this testing procedure to determine the presence of EDTA?
It doesn't say to the contrary. What Mr. Blazier has just represented to the court is not contained in his report. That offer of proof is the first time I've heard that he intends to so testify. That is not in his report. When his report, all he states is basically that in his opinion, the components that were identified in the this gets very complicated, but this has to do with the detection of ions. A parent ion, and then there's a daughter spectrum of ions. And why there are no sons, I don't know, but anyway, it's daughter ions. In the testing of the evidence blood stains and in Agent Martz's own unpreserved blood, we find there is a parent and one daughter ion, but not the full spectrum of daughter ions, meaning that it could be EDTA or any other compound with that same parent and daughter ion, which there could be hundreds of. But that result cannot be confirmed to be EDTA until you have the full daughter spectrum, which does show up in the reference blood samples. That's the bottom line. Now, what Dr. Readers does is say, in my opinion, you call it EDTA when you find one parent ion and one daughter ion, even though you can't see the whole daughter spectrum. That's essentially what his report says. His report says nothing about the...
Sounds like you're ready.
Well, I understand this. I'm not ready to cross-examine, Your Honor, but believe me, I just read this report. We got one court day to prepare on this. They've had months to prepare on all of ours. I mean, where's the fairness in this? It's ridiculous, and this is a serious issue. This is a key focal issue in this case. And the defense drops it on us with one court day to prepare, then deliberately does this shell game with their order of witnesses to make sure that we can't prepare. Yes, I've read about EDTA. Big deal. That doesn't mean that I'm ready to cross-examine a report that I've just received. One court day? No one would require a lawyer to go forward on one court day on an issue of such magnitude and go, well, maybe someone would, but on an issue of such complexity. I mean, it wouldn't be fair. It simply wouldn't when the court is aware that the defense has had months to prepare for the smallest of our scientific witnesses. And I don't mean that in terms of length as much as in terms of simplicity or complexity of issues. This is very complex. But that's all his report says. It says nothing about the inadequacy of the testing procedures utilized by the FBI. It says nothing about the degradation of EDTA in samples that are maintained or stored in certain ways. What Mr. Blazier just represented to the court, we have no notice of at all. I mean, this is worse than I imagined, far worse. Because he intends to get up there and ambush us again, blindside us with all kinds of conclusions and opinions that are contained in no report, for which we have no 402. What is the point of having a discovery statute under Prop 115 if they come in and play this game again? And that's what they're doing.
Well, I think one of the products of this case is likely to be a complete revision of 1054.
I would not be surprised. In fact, I intend to put my shoulder into the effort if there is one, but I would indicate to the court that at the very, very least, if the testimony is not precluded, that the people be given 10 days to prepare on this. And I don't think that that's asking a whole lot when we know that the defense has had months to prepare on the very smallest of scientific issues in the people's case. And I really am just asking for the court not to give the defense the windfall benefit of their own tactics.
Mr. Blazier, what is Dr. Reeder's schedule?
He's in town. I don't
His
know.
availability.
I have not checked with him. He's available now.
Where is he from?
Maryland or Philadelphia.
All right, why don't you check with his schedule?
Well, Your Honor, may I respond?
All right.
They know what these issues are. They know exactly what they are.
They do, but they just got the report. This is a key issue, and it's a highly complex area. And to drop a report a couple of days before you're going to cross-examine an expert, if the shoe were on the other foot, I'd be peeling you off the ceiling right now.
Lakshmanan was on for 8 days. He didn't write anything down.
Cancel. That doesn't work. Find out his schedule. Let's have the jury. All right, let the record reflect that we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Willie Ford, would you resume the witness stand, please? All right, just sit back, pull the microphone close to you, sir. All right, good morning, Mr. Ford.
Good morning.
Mr. Ford, you're reminded, sir, that you are still under oath. Mr. Cochran, you may continue with your direct examination.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Ford.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ford, when we recessed yesterday, we were talking about, I believe, having shown you the video of the upstairs bedroom of Mr. O.J. Simpson, that you never at any time we were in that bedroom saw any socks at the foot of Mr. O.J. Simpson's bed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And with regard to that, I'd like to show you a photograph and put a photograph on the Elmo, Your Honor. People's Exhibit number 167. And I'd like to approach the witness and try to start this one.
Yes.
I'd like to show this to you. Ford, I want you to take a look at that photograph. And first of all, do you recognize that photograph as being Mr. Simpson's bedroom?
Yes, sir.
And do you see those straps or whatever they are on the bed there?
Yes.
And do you see in that photograph what appears to be some socks at the foot of that bed
Yes.
and on the carpet? Is that right?
Yes.
And did you strike that? Did you at any time ever see any socks at the foot of Mr. Simpson's bed when you were in that room at about 4:12 or 4:13 on June 13th, 1994?
No, sir.
So you never saw what's depicted in that photograph, right?
Right.
All right, thank you. Then I'd like to
Yes, you may.
ask another question. Mr. Harris, I think, is getting the video also. Now, Mr. Ford, sir, was that the photograph I just showed you?
Yes, sir.
And the condition of the that carpet with the socks thereon, it's your testimony that at no time while you were in that room did you ever see those socks on that carpet. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, can you pull the photograph back a little bit and so we can show the a little more? Now, with regard to those straps that are on the bed there, you did in fact see those in the video. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so that we're clear, when you walked in that particular room, sir, you walked right across that carpet, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And because you took a shot that I'm going to have Mr. Harris pull up in a minute, where you were at the foot of the bed shooting toward the headboard of that bed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that was before, as I understand it, you went into the area that was described, I think, yesterday as a vanity or some kind of area where you, bureau or vanity, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then as I understand it, after you did the shot of the bedroom, you did this vanity area, you took some shots in the bathroom, is that right?
Yes.
In Mr. Simpson's closet, right?
Yes.
And then that ended your shooting of the interior of the house, is that correct?
Yes.
And then did you and Mr. Atkins leave shortly after that?
Yes.
And have you referred to the log and determined what time you left the premises that day?
Yes, approximately 4:30.
You left about 4:30 in the afternoon?
Yes, sir.
And you know that from checking the log, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So as best we can tell, you got there about 3:10, you did your work expeditiously, and you left about 4:30, is that correct?
Yes.
And when you left, where did you go at that point, sir?
Back to the Parker Center photo lab.
Went back downtown to your photo lab?
Yes.
With that particular video, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, when you got back, did you look at the video right away when you got back downtown
No.
on June 13th? When's the next time you looked at that video, the video that you shot on June 13th, 1994, sir?
The first time I was called to testify a few months ago.
All right, and that was, I'm not sure I have the date. I have a copy of the transcript. I'm not sure I have the date. Counsel has me around March 31st, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That was at a time that you testified in a hearing in this case?
Yes, sir.
You saw that video prior to that particular hearing?
Yes.
And so between June 13th and March 31st, 1995, you had not seen the video?
That's correct.
Like you'd never seen it, is that okay?
That's correct.
In other words, you did your job and took it back. And who'd you give it to when you got back to Parker Center?
Detective Harrell, I think it was.
You gave it to Harrell?
I think so.
And Harrell was the person who had given you these instructions about what to do inside the place there, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
In fact, Harrell told you, did he not, to take pictures of even things on the wall, didn't he?
Yes.
You did that also, right?
Yes, sir.
What he said essentially was to photograph everything inside of the house, including pictures on the wall.
Sustained.
Well, what did Harrell tell you?
To videotape all of his effects that were out, including pictures on the wall.
And you tried to do that, didn't you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that's what we see in the finished product of your particular work, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right now, with regard to your testimony here today, you had occasion to meet with Mr. Christopher Darden on Monday of this week, is that correct?
Yes.
And that would have been on, today being July 20th, that would have been on Monday, July 17th?
Yes, sir.
And did you meet with Mr. Darden in this particular building?
Yes.
And did you meet with him around 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
I think so.
And who else was present, if anyone, during that meeting?
Sherry Lewis.
This is the lady to my immediate right here, Ms. Sherry
Yes.
Lewis? All right, and the two of them were there?
Yes.
Who else was present?
I think there was another person by the name of David Wooten.
David Wooden, is that the young man who's been here? Have you seen him in court
Yes,
the last
I
couple
have.
days you've been here? He's someone who works on the prosecution team?
Yes.
All right. And who else was present?
That's all I can recall right now.
So you met about 1 o'clock, and how long did you meet? How long altogether did you meet starting at 1 o'clock on July 17th, 1995?
It was just a few minutes. Most of that time was spent waiting in the office.
All right, you met, well, what time did you meet finally, do you recall?
I think it was between the time court was out to lunch and the time that you had to come back in.
So you met over the lunch hour?
Mm-hmm.
Got to answer out loud. Is that
Yes. I'm sorry.
No
Yes.
problem, sir. You met over the lunch hour?
Yes.
All right. But didn't you stay here till about 4 o'clock that day?
Yes.
Well, was Ms. Lewis in court that day, or did you stay and meet with her after Mr. Darden left?
After that, we didn't meet. I was just standing by to be called.
All right, so let me see. You came here at about 1 o'clock, is that right? Well, tell me what time you came.
I said during the lunch hour. I think the meeting in the office was around about 1.
All right, and how long did that meeting last? That's the
About
question.
10, 15 minutes, I think. I would guess.
All right, and that was all you talking. That was when Mr. Darden was with Ms. Lewis, is that right?
Yes.
Did you meet with either Mr. Darden or Ms. Lewis or any other member of the prosecution team after that meeting on Monday, around the lunch hour?
Just as they were coming back and forth from court while I'm standing by.
And what happened when they were coming back and forth from court? Did you talk
Basically
about
just say hi, and we're sitting there watching television.
what were you watching on television?
Basically the trial proceeding here.
You were watching the trial upstairs in the DA's office?
Yes.
You know that witnesses are precluded from watching television in this case, or watching this trial?
Overruled.
That there's an order by His Honor Judge Ito for lay witnesses not to watch the trial? You aware of that?
No.
Overruled.
Are you aware of that?
No, sir.
District Attorney's Office provided you with the television in the DA's office for you to watch television on Monday?
They didn't provide it especially for me, but it was there.
Well, I mean, there's a television in the room where you as a witness were being kept?
This was not a room just for witnesses. It was just,
The
we're just
room, I'm sorry, go ahead on. Go ahead on.
sitting in an office where there was a television.
There was an office with a television, and was that television turned on?
Yes,
And you sat there and you watched the television of these proceedings, is that correct?
yes,
Anybody tell you that you were not supposed to watch television
no,
per the judge's order? Mr. Dart never told you that?
no,
Ms. Lewis never told you that?
no,
So would I be correct in assuming that you watched television Monday afternoon from about the time you came at lunchtime until you left at about 4 o'clock?
basically, that's correct.
And since no one from the prosecution team told you that you weren't supposed to watch television, you've watched the proceedings in this case and other cases, isn't that correct? Isn't that right?
In the Simpson case, you mean?
Yes, Simpson case. This case.
Yes, I have.
In fact, over at the police department, where you work in SID, there are a lot of televisions on, aren't there?
No,
There aren't televisions on in the SID division?
no.
When have you watched television at other occasions? At home?
We have a television set, but we don't watch the television of the trial as it's going on. There's only been times when we had our own people from SID that we would watch a little bit of that, and that's it.
Well, if there have been testimony from others from SID that the television set is on when, let's say, Mr. Cullen Yamuchi is on.
Yeah.
Sustain.
All right, when,
Let's move on. We've established this.
all right. I'd like to, if the court would allow me to briefly approach.
No, let's proceed.
All right. Thank you. Just one other follow-up question.
Sure.
With regard to watching the television in this case, you've watched it on occasions at work, is that correct?
Yes. on
And you
occasion.
watch it on occasion at home also, is that correct?
No,
You haven't watched it at home, just only at work?
right.
Here in the DA's office?
Yes.
And when you were up in the DA's office watching television on Monday, was there other witnesses in this office where you were?
Yes.
And what was the name of that witness, or those witnesses?
I don't know.
How many witnesses were in there with you?
The one witness. Now, when you say witness, these are people to be called.
Yes, sir, to be called.
Dieter, a fellow photographer of mine.
Is that Rokar?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rokar? And he was in there with you?
Yes.
And was he watching also?
Very briefly.
Same television you were watching?
Yes, sir.
And sir, with regard to, you were here yesterday also?
Yes.
Correct? And prior to being called yesterday in the afternoon, were you in the same office upstairs?
Yes.
And you were watching television again at that time?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, I think we've exhausted this area.
Very well, Your Honor. I'll move on. All right. Now, Mr. Ford, when you left the Rockingham address and it was about 4:30, you and Mr. Atkins left together, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You come in a particular vehicle together and then you left together, is that correct?
That's correct.
And then you went back downtown?
Yes.
And with regard to this video that you turned over to Detective Harrell, did you give it to Harrell on that same date, June 13th?
No, sir.
When did you give it to Harrell?
The very next day.
That would be on June 14th?
Yes, sir.
And where did you see Detective Harrell when you turned the tape over?
Third floor, Parker Center, RHD.
And from the time you turned it over to him on the 14th, and you never saw it again until March 31st, is that correct?
That's correct.
And then as I understand your testimony, on March 31st, you then had occasion to review the tape prior to your coming to this courtroom to testify at a hearing, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And how many times did you watch the tape at that time?
Once.
And after March 31st, when you viewed the tape, did you have occasion to view it again prior to your testimony here starting yesterday afternoon?
Yes.
And when was that?
Monday.
And that was during this time that you were up in Mr. Darden's office?
Yes, sir.
Well, when you were upstairs in the DA's office. Were you in Mr. Darden's office?
Yes.
And when you were watching television, was that Mr. Darden's office?
I think so.
And so that's where the television set was, is that right?
Yes.
All right. So you and Mr. Rokar were in his office, actually.
No.
Where were you?
Mr. Rokar I only saw him in passing.
All right. Well, where was Mr. Rokar watching television?
He was in, I don't know whose office it was. It's one of the offices where the secretary is sitting.
But there was a television set there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Also. All right. So now, when you then met with Mr. Darden and Miss Lewis, did you go through the entire video or just look at part of it or what?
Just parts of it.
Okay. Tell us what parts of the video you looked at.
Basically the same part that was just shown.
Just the parts involving the missing socks?
Yes.
Sustain.
Well, let me rephrase it. The part where you didn't see any socks.
Exactly.
And that was the only part you looked at?
Yes, sir.
And who played the tape for you at that time?
I don't recall who was. I think it was Sherry Lewis.
All right. And
Operating
then,
machine.
I'm sorry, did you finish?
Operating machine.
I think Miss Sherry Lewis was operating the
I
machine.
think so.
Is that what you're saying? Now, as you watched this portion of the tape involving the socks that you didn't see there, was there some conversation with Mr. Darden at that point?
Yes, sir.
Did Mr. Darden ask you whether or not you'd ever seen the socks on that particular day?
Yes, sir.
Sustained.
Well, may I rephrase? Seek
Yes.
revision. Was there ever any discussion with Mr. Darden where you were there of whether or not you saw any socks on the date of June 13th, 1994, and you can answer that yes or no? You can answer that.
Yes, sir.
That subject matter came up?
Yes, sir.
And were you, in responding to any questions that were asked of you, were you honest and forthright in your responses?
Yes, sir.
Would I be correct in assuming that you've been honest and forthright in your responses here also?
Yes, sir.
You have no axe to grind in this case, do you?
No, sir.
Now, may I have a second, Your Honor, regarding the video? Now, with regard to the testimony of others from the Special Investigations Division, LAPD, do you know Andrea Mazzola? You know who she is?
Yes, I know who she is.
And do you know who Mr. Dennis Fung is?
Yes, sir.
And I think I'd ask you before briefing this foundation, Your Honor, that you had had occasion to watch, at least the television sets were on when members of SID were testifying, correct?
Yes.
All right. And with regard to the recovery of evidence in this case, are you aware of Andrea Mazzola's testimony regarding, may I finish the question, Your Honor?
Sustained.
May I finish the question, Your Honor?
Sustained. Sustained.
Well, do you know what Andrea Mazzola testified about was the time that she and Dennis Fung picked these socks up?
Over.
Are you aware of the time that she testified under oath in this courtroom? So the time she picked these socks up on June 13th, 1994.
No, sir.
You've not talked to her about it?
No.
Did you see her testimony in that regard?
No.
I want to show you then a log of the evidence.
Yes. What exhibit is this?
This is Exhibit 1091, Your Honor. It's a log, I think, prepared.
Counsel further
Well, this
description of this item.
this is an exhibit, Your Honor. I can refer to what this is.
1091.
1091, Your Honor. And I'd like to approach the witness with this exhibit, if I may.
You may.
Thank you. I want to approach you at this point.
352 is for this witness.
Sidebar with court reporter, please.
There's not even a question. Again, there's not even a question. So why are we at a sidebar? He picked up a piece of paper. He didn't even ask a question about it. Darden, look at Darden. He's upset. He's bouncing around all over the place. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. All right, Cochran won. He gave him that piece of paper. I saw it. Are we shocked? Is anybody shocked?
All right, thank you, counsel. Proceed.
Actually, there's conversation. Now, Mr. Ford, I want to approach you, and first of all, I want to show you a log and ask you if you've ever seen this log, which is
1091.
that's 1091. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll place this before you, and if you need some explanation regarding what that is, I'll be glad to try.
No, haven't seen this log.
All right. Did you ever, at any time, have occasion to watch any of the testimony of Andrea Mazzola when she testified here in court under oath regarding the times that she picked up certain items at Rockingham?
No, sir.
Did you ever at any time have occasion to talk with Andrea Mazzola regarding her testimony?
No, sir.
Did you talk to her on the date of June 13th, 1994?
No, sir.
You did not talk to her at all?
Not at all.
With regard to Dennis Fung, have you had occasion to talk with Dennis Fung regarding times that he collected items at Rockingham on June 13th, 1994?
No, sir.
Did you talk to Dennis Fung on June 13th, 94?
Yes, sir.
And you talked to him while you're still at the scene?
Yes.
And with regard to the times of items that he picked up, or allegedly picked up on that date, did you have occasion to talk to him about those items?
No, sir.
Did you talk to Mr. Fung around the time you first got there or near the time that you were leaving?
No.
You can answer that yes or no?
That's no.
You did not talk to him when you first got there?
No, sir.
You talked to him near the time that you were leaving?
No, sir.
You talked to him during the time you were there?
Yes.
And what part of the house were you in when you talked to him?
Different parts of the house.
Did you talk to him when you were downstairs then?
Yes.
Did you talk to him when you were upstairs?
Yes.
What time upstairs did you talk to him?
I have no idea.
You have no idea what time it was?
This was not a conversation.
Well, you talked to him, but it was not a conversation?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask him any questions?
No, sir.
Did he ask you any questions?
No, sir.
When the time when you talked to Mr. Fung or there was conversation with Mr. Fung, who else was present?
I would say my boss and Detective Harrell. They were in the vicinity.
In the vicinity?
Yes.
But you can give us no idea of the time.
I couldn't tell you any exact times.
If you were to look at that video again, can you tell us where you were in the house the time you were talking to Mr. Fung?
No, sir.
Well, let me see if I can refresh your recollection.
Proper foundation.
Let me tell you how to answer this question.
Take a look at this video, and I'm going to ask you if you talked to Fung during any of these points. That might. You talked to Detective Looper about items you'd photographed.
No, sir.
You didn't at all?
No.
Not that day or ever?
Not ever.
Yeah, we're referring to exhibit number. 1068, Your Honor. Yes. Says 1068. Now, I want to just ask you some questions regarding this. Again, this is about 408, and you're going up the stairs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, this conversation that whatever you said to Mr. Fung or whatever he said to you should be hearsay. What did it take place while you were on the stairs there, going up?
It might have.
You don't know that?
No.
All right. Hang on. There again, you're shooting the photographs on the wall, the pictures on the wall. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Per the instructions. Did it take place in that room there?
No, sir.
One of the children's rooms?
No.
The answer was no.
No.
Did it take place in that room there?
No, sir.
And that's about 4:09 p.m., right?
Yes.
Did you talk to him in that room?
No, sir.
Who's that in the background of that photograph?
It's like Detective Harrell and my boss, David Atkins.
Harrow and Adkins?
Yes, sir.
Was Dennis Fung in any of these photographs?
No.
you talked to him in that room?
Not in that room. To my best recollection, I would say it would be in that hallway just prior to the scene here.
Just prior to the scene?
Yes.
We can back it up then? You tell us when.
I was in the hallway
No, I want you to look at the thing and try to show us where you were, sir.
where the picture's on the wall, about right there.
Right in this? All right, let's stop it here. You're in this area right here?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's stop it. Stop it, Mr. Turner. So it's your testimony that you believe that you had a conversation or there was some word spoken between you and Mr. Fung?
Yes.
At that location?
Yes, sir.
Do you have that written in any report anywhere, sir?
No, sir.
You ever testified about that before?
No, sir.
And when's the first time you told anybody about that? This alleged conversation that took place in that hallway there at about 4:11 on June 13th.
I haven't told anybody about it.
You talked to Mr. Darden about that? On Monday when you were up here? Or Tuesday?
No.
You never told anybody about that? It's the first time we're hearing it for the first time. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Who was present when you had this conversation or talk with Mr. Fung?
I would say my
Continued on.
Hold on. The record reflect that Mr. Ford has testified at a point on the tape that is 3:11 p.m. Proceed.
All right, you can who else was present during this time at about 4:11 p.m. on June 13th?
my boss, David Atkins, and Detective Harrell was in the area.
Okay, were they standing close by? How far were they?
I have no idea. I'm looking through the viewfinder of the camera.
All right.
All I know, they were upstairs with me.
All right. You were actually focusing on what you were shooting. Is
Yes.
that correct? So you were not aware of where everybody was at that point. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Now, when you continued on this particular photograph, as you went into the bedroom,
Yes.
come to that in just a moment, Mr. Simpson's bedroom.
I think there's another conversation at this point also.
You think there was a conversation or at least some words spoken?
Yes, sir.
At this point here at about 4:12 p.m. with Mr. Fung?
Yes.
All right, this is what appears to be the first bathroom entering Mr. Simpson's bedroom suite.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You on that?
With regard to, this is Mr. Simpson's part of his bedroom suite, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you have any conversation with Mr. Fung during that time?
No, Mr. Fong is gone at this time.
Now, at 4:13, whatever conversation you had, the time you were in that bedroom, it's your testimony that Dennis Fung was gone at that point?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss with Mr. Fung, have you discussed with Mr. Fung as to the time he told this jury that he went upstairs on that date? Yes?
Overruled.
You discussed that with him?
No, sir.
Did you ever see his testimony in that regard?
No, sir.
Did you ever review any log regarding the time he was upstairs?
No, sir.
All right, we approach one other matter.
Without the reporter.
Thank you very kindly. Apologies, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, with regard to this indication about seeing or talking to Dennis Fung at some point, that video camera you had some kind of audio capacity, did it not?
Yes, it did.
So, and the audio was on, was it not?
No, sir.
You had it turned off?
Yes.
And why'd you have it turned off?
I was told to turn it off.
Who told you to turn it off?
I think it was Detective Harper.
Harper told you to turn it off?
Yes.
So then if Fung said something to you or you said something to him, if the audio had been on, we could pick that up, couldn't we?
That's correct.
But you were told before you started shooting to turn that off?
Yes.
Did you turn it off? Did you keep it turned off during the entire time?
Yes.
And when you spoke with Mr. Darden and Ms. Lewis on Monday, did you talk to them about the Dennis Fung appeared in that hallway at some point, around 4:12 or 4:13?
Sustained.
Did the subject matter of Dennis Fung being in the hallway at Mr. Simpson's house at about 4:12 or 4:13 come up in your conversation at any time with Mr. Darden or with Ms. Lewis? Subject matter.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
No,
You've never discussed it with him at all, at any time?
no,
Never, prior to today, is that right?
that's correct.
All right. Do you have any other videotape of any of the proceedings that took place that day
No,
with
sir.
you today? You do not?
That's correct.
Very well, I have nothing further at this point, Your Honor. I would like to ask the court to approach it appropriately.
That was completely pointless. Everything about this witness, pointless.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You were called to testify in this case by Mr. Cochran, is that right?
That's correct.
And the DA's office assisted Mr. Cochran in getting you here to testify, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You're a defense witness. Do you understand that, Mr. Ford?
Yes, sir.
Overruled. That's not true. Proceed.
You understand, Mr. Ford, that it isn't my responsibility to tell you what to do or not to do.
Sustain and rephrase the question.
Your only involvement in this case is the fact that you shot this video. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You didn't go to Bundy, correct?
That's correct.
You didn't see the bodies at Bundy.
That's correct.
When you arrived at Rockingham, you didn't collect any evidence, did you?
That's right.
You're not a criminalist, are you?
No, sir.
Dennis Fung isn't a personal friend of yours, is he?
No, sir.
Mazzola?
No.
All you did was go out to Rockingham and shoot this video, right?
Overruled. Overruled.
Is that all you did, sir?
That's all I did.
Okay. Now, you didn't go to Rockingham to videotape evidence, did you?
This is correct.
You didn't go to Rockingham to videotape the collection process, did you?
That's right.
You didn't go to Rockingham to videotape Fung, right?
That's correct.
Or Mazzola,
That's right.
or the detectives,
Right.
You didn't go to Rockingham to record conversations, did you?
That's right.
Tell the jury, Mr. Ford, why did you go out to Rockingham that day?
I was called by the request of the detectives at the Rockingham location to videotape all the personal effects of Mr. Simpson, just in case when they're getting ready to lock up
Overruled.
they're getting ready to lock up his location, just in case any of the items are reported missing. And the tape was never to be used as evidence. It was only a record to show what was there when LAPD finished their investigation to leave.
When Mr. Cochran asked you if you were there to shoot anything and everything, that was true, correct?
That was true.
You were there to shoot valuables, right?
Yes.
You were there to document the way the house looked after LAPD completed its search. Is that correct?
Overruled.
Is that correct?
Overruled.
That's correct.
And that's something you
Hold
told
on.
me.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said overruled.
I did. Proceed.
And that's something you told Mr. Cochran, isn't it?
That's correct.
Did Mr. Cochran asked you that when you were up here on the witness stand?
Yes, sir.
You went there for administrative purposes only, is that correct?
Sustain.
Okay. Well, you didn't go there to assist in any criminal investigation, did you?
That's correct.
Or in any criminal prosecution, right?
That's correct.
You weren't there as an agent of the DA's office, were you, Mr. Ford?
That's correct.
Now, you told us a moment ago that you went there to videotape the property to show how it looked after LAPD completed the search.
Exactly.
Overruled.
And is that what you did?
Judge, make him stop.
Did you videotape the property to show the way it looked after the search was completed?
Overruled.
After the search was completed, sir?
Yes, sir.
In response to Mr. Cochran's questions, you told us about the instructions you were given. Is that right?
Repeat the question again.
Overruled. Overruled. That was the word used.
In response to Mr. Cochran's questions, you told us about the instructions you were given at the scene.
Yes.
You were instructed to only videotape a room after it had been searched. Is that right?
Overruled.
That's correct.
You were instructed to videotape a room only after it had been processed by the criminalists, correct?
He is so freaking annoying. He is so freaking annoying. What is his problem? I mean, doesn't the jury see him losing objection after objection after objection? Why is he trying to stop these questions?
Overruled.
That was correct.
And that's
Makes
why
me
we don't
think
see
he's
Thompson's
hiding
photograph.
something
Isn't
when
that
he
correct, Mr.
questioned
Ford?
it.
Overruled. Overruled. No, have a seat, counsel.
That's correct, sir.
You don't know what was in that room before you arrived that day, do you?
That's right.
Sustained.
You can't testify to what was inside or not inside that room prior to your entry into the room with that videotape, right?
Overruled.
Is that right?
This is correct.
Now, do you know someone named Mr. Wilson?
Art Wilson? I mean, Mike Wilson?
Yes.
Yes.
He's a photographer, right?
Yes, he is.
He's a photographer just like you. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He's a crime scene photographer?
Yes, sir.
You saw Mr. Wilson at Rockingham that afternoon, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You saw him there with the camera, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You saw him there taking pictures?
I didn't see him taking pictures, but I saw him.
Okay. You didn't see Mr. Wilson take any pictures at all that afternoon?
No.
Okay. So if Mr. Wilson took any pictures, and he took those pictures before you arrived. Is that correct?
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
Do you know why videotapes are made of locations and residences after they're searched?
I think we've already covered that.
You told us this morning about your conversation with myself and Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Did you also have a conversation with Mr. Cochran?
Yes.
And did you have a conversation with Mr. Neufeld?
Yes.
And you had a conversation with both of these men right here in the courtroom, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You were seated in the front row?
Yes.
Mr. Neufeld was seated to your left?
Yes.
Mr. Cochran was seated to your right?
Yes.
They had you hemmed up in there in that front row? Is that right?
Rephrase the question. Jurors to disregard that last question.
In any event, you were seated between Mr. Cochran and Mr. Neufeld.
Yes.
And you were watching the video we just saw here. in
Yes.
court. And they were asking you questions, correct?
Yes.
And you told Mr. Neufeld at that time, didn't you, that you only shot rooms after they were processed by the criminals?
Overruled.
Yes, sir.
That's no secret, is it?
No secret.
Now, let's talk about the camera you used. That was an RCA video camera?
Yes, it was.
And you don't own that camera, do you?
No, sir.
In fact, that camera was requisitioned from property division at the LAPD. Is that correct?
Yes.
That was a camera that, what, had been stolen or taken off of a drug dealer or something?
No. Cross.
I'm sorry.
Rephrase.
Okay. That wasn't a camera that had been purchased by the department, was it?
That's correct.
Says something about our budget, doesn't it?
10:30 or?
Well, I was hoping you were going to finish.
Well, I'm going to finish about 11, I think, if I continue.
All right, we'll take a recess. I want to see counsel at the sidebar with the court reporter, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our mid-morning recess. Please remember all my admonitions to you, and we'll see you back here in about 15 minutes. Mr. Ford, you can step down, come back in 15 minutes. Let me see counsel at the sidebar with the court reporter. Ladies and gentlemen, when we concluded this morning,
I hope
when
you got
before
yelled
we
at.
took our break, it may have seemed to you that I was a little annoyed with the lawyers.
Yes.
And I want you to know that it's just an expression of my being in a bad mood today, and the fact that I wanted to speed up the pace a little, and you should not consider that as my expression of any displeasure with the lawyers themselves, and you should ignore any expressions of what appears to be judicial attitude on my part. All right? Mr. Cochran, Mr. Darden? All right, Mr. Ford is again on the witness stand, and Mr. Darden, you may conclude your cross-examination.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
Message received. When we left off, you were telling us that, well, you didn't see any socks on the carpet, right?
That's right.
Now, in the videotape that you shot, we'll strike that. Let me show you a copy of what is marked as People's 167. That will be the photograph of the socks on the
All right, this is People's 167.
socks on the carpet. Okay. Now, if you will, Mr. Ford, can you help us? Well, let's see if there's a way that we can sort of mark the spot in the photograph where these socks are located. Do you see the patterns on the rug there?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the arrow there?
Yes.
It's not an arrow yet. Okay. Starting at the top of the rug, that would be the area closest to the fireplace. Okay. How many patterns down from the top of the rug are the socks located?
Looks to me about the fifth pattern down, if you count the border.
Okay. So the border is 1, And number two,
2,
3,
go on, one more. 3, 4, right there.
okay. And now, starting from the bottom of the photograph here, which would be to the left of the carpet as you face the fireplace, how many patterns to the right of that edge would you say the socks are located?
5,
Starting with the border is 1?
yes, sir.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, right there.
Can we print this, Your Honor, 167?
167A.
Yes. Okay. Can we run a video also? Now let's go back to the video you shot. Now let's go to the bedroom. While we wait for Mr. Fairlow,
Me too, Jude.
you already told us that you don't own the camera that you use, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And it does have a timer.
Yes, it does.
Were you paying any attention at all to the timer in the video camera that
No,
day?
sir.
Was time an issue for you that day?
No.
Did it matter to you at all whether the time in the viewfinder was correct or incorrect?
No, it didn't.
Oh, well, you can ask.
No, it didn't. It didn't matter.
And so you have told us that the time is 1 hour off, is that right?
Yes.
Let's take a look at the video for a moment.
All right, this is Defense Exhibit
No.
1068.
1068?
Yes,
Okay.
starting at 3:13.
Okay, so you're entering the bedroom, right?
Yes, sir.
Stop. Well, the tracking isn't real great on this system. But you've seen this video before, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Looking at at that shot, the shot of the rug in the edge of the bed, the one we just saw?
Yes.
Here at 313. This shot does not include the portion of the rug that is closest to the bed and below the fifth pattern, as you described it, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So if there was anything at all on that rug, you would not have picked it up in that video shot there, right?
Phrase question. Phrase question.
You didn't pick up anything in this video shot below the second pattern, is that right? I'll ask Mr. Fairlow to go back for you.
Looks closely to the third pattern. That's correct.
Okay. And the socks that we saw in 167A, they were located around the fifth pattern, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll stop there. Okay, you were telling us about the timing on the video camera, and you said it's an hour off?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know that for a fact, right?
Not for a fact.
Rephrase the question.
Well, when you were being asked questions by Mr. Cochran, you told us that someone told you the camera was an hour off, correct?
That's correct.
So you were relying on that other person, right?
Yes.
In fact, you don't know if the camera's an hour off, right?
Overruled.
Correct?
That's correct.
You don't know if the camera's an hour and 5 minutes off.
That's correct.
Okay. Because you never set the timer on this camera, did you?
No, I didn't.
Is it your job to set the timer on this camera?
Only by request.
Anybody make that request of you?
No.
Did anybody ask you to check the timer in the viewfinder to make sure it matched with the time on your watch?
No, they didn't.
No. Daylight savings time, that occurs around April, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Okay, and we all adjust our watches, right?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody adjust that video camera in April around daylight savings time?
I don't think so.
Do you know how to correct the time on that video camera?
Yes, I do.
But you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
And that's because it wasn't important to you.
That's correct.
And even though someone told you that the camera was off by an hour, have you ever attempted to determine whether or not the minutes depicted in the viewfinder are incorrect or correct?
No, just checking with the crime scene log. That's
Yep.
all.
Okay. You have to rely on the crime scene log.
Yes.
And you haven't even seen the crime scene log.
Just a copy of it.
Okay. You've seen a copy of it? Is that right?
Yeah, the check-in list.
Okay. And so even in that regard, you're relying on what someone else wrote on the crime scene log.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because you didn't write on the crime scene log.
That's correct.
Okay. You didn't write the time on that log.
That's correct.
An officer wrote the time on that log.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you arrived at the scene.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, it wasn't when you arrived at the scene. It was when you approached the gate at Rockingham, right?
Yes.
And if that officer's watch was off, in the time,
Sustained.
at any event, the officer didn't ask you for the time before writing the time down on the crime scene log, did he?
That's correct.
And so it would be fair to say that you cannot tell the jury how much or how far off the timing is on this video.
That's correct.
But you can tell the jury, however, that the timing is off.
Yes, I can.
Now, you did see Mr. Fung at some point upstairs, is that right?
Yes, I did.
You had a conversation with him?
In passing, yes.
There were words exchanged?
Words exchanged.
Okay. Did you go into each and every room in that house?
Yes, I did.
Did anyone ever tell you that you were prohibited from going into any room in the house?
Overruled. Goes to his instructions.
That I was prohibited to go into any room?
Yes.
No, they didn't.
Did anyone ever tell you that you could not watch any particular procedure being performed by any criminalist?
No, they didn't.
You told us that one of the detectives told you not to include any audio.
That's correct.
Did you think that was unusual?
No.
Overruled.
No, it's not unusual.
Why not?
A lot of times they don't want any sound picked up in the background when we're videotaping.
Okay. But you weren't there to videotape sound anyway, only things, correct?
Overruled.
It's cross.
Overruled.
This is correct.
Can I have one moment, John? Was there a point in time that you began to enter the master bedroom?
Yes.
And at that time, did you see Fong?
No, I heard him.
Okay. And where was he?
He was in the master bedroom.
And did you enter the room at that time?
No, I didn't.
Did you ask him something at that time?
No.
Did he ask you something?
Yes, he did.
And did you respond verbally?
Overruled.
Did you respond verbally?
Yes, I did.
And you did what Mr. Fung asked you to do?
Exactly.
Sustained.
Well, did Mr.
Answer
Fung,
stricken, juries to disregard.
did Mr. Fung ask you to do something?
Yes.
And you did that.
Yes, I did.
And where did you go at that point?
To the next bedroom.
And that would be the bedrooms that Mr. Cochran has described as being the children's rooms?
Yes.
And did you and you videotaped those rooms?
Yes, I did.
And did you see Mr. Fung again?
He was passing back and forth, going downstairs and coming back upstairs as I was videotaping. So I saw him in passing. It wasn't stop and talk to one another.
Okay. Well, how about the point in time after you videotaped the first children's room, one of the children's rooms?
When I think I was coming out of the first children's room, doing the photographs on the wall in the hallway.
Overruled. You can finish the answer.
And he saw the video light.
Wait. Sustained. All right. Ask the next question.
Can I have a moment, John? Video camera?
Yes, there is.
You're walking toward the master bedroom door,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
Okay, did that light illuminate the doorway?
Yes.
Oh, was it at that time that Mr. Fung said something to you?
Yes, sir.
That's when he asked you to do something.
Yes. He says, I'm not ready.
Sustained.
But he did ask you to do something.
Yes, he did.
Okay. What did you do after Mr. Fung asked you to do something?
I went to the next bedroom.
Did you do what Mr. Fung asked you to do?
Overruled.
What was the question again?
Your Honor, can I be,
Did you do what Mr. Fung asked you to do, yes or no?
Yes, I did.
it's an issue of subsequent conduct in response, Your Honor.
Proceed.
May I ask the question?
Nope. Proceed.
After you did what Fung told you to do, which was, let's correct that. After you did what Fung told you to do, did you return to the bedroom?
I returned to the hallway.
Okay. By the way, was there anything unusual about, in your mind, about what Mr. Fung asked you to do?
Call roll.
No, there was nothing unusual.
Nothing sinister about that?
No, sir.
And you returned to the bedroom? After,
I was going toward the master bedroom.
okay. Did you have the video camera in your possession at that time?
Yes, I did.
Did you see Mr. Fung at that time?
I probably saw him pass by me before I turned the video camera back on.
Okay. Did you see him exit the master bedroom?
Yes, I did.
By the way, did you see any brown paper bags in the house that afternoon?
Yes, I did.
Did you see any in the master bedroom?
I don't recall. I probably did, but I don't recall.
You see Mr. Fung carrying any brown paper bags that afternoon?
I did.
You recall where he was?
Not exactly. He was in the house.
Okay. And so was it after you saw Mr. Fung exit the master bedroom that you went into the room to videotape?
Yes, sir.
Now, at that point in time, did Mr. Fung do anything to stop you from going into the room to videotape?
Yes.
Okay, at this point in time?
Call roll.
Well, you told us that you saw Mr. Fung exit the room and go somewhere, right?
Yes.
Then you went into the room and videotaped, right?
Yes.
Okay. This particular point in time, did he do anything to stop you from going into the room?
No.
Did you and he speak to each other as you entered the room to videotape at that point in time?
Just in passing, yes.
Did you see anyone in the house that day plant any evidence?
Say that again.
You see anybody plant any evidence?
No, I didn't.
Now, you're not a sworn police officer, are you?
I'm not.
And you live in this community, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you're under oath, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you saw a police officer violating the law, planting evidence, doing anything wrong at all, while inside that house, would you tell us?
Yes, I would.
You'd tell Mr. Cochran, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
You'd tell Judge Ito.
Yes, sir.
Jury?
Yes.
Did you see any police officer do anything wrong inside that house that day? Did you?
No, sir.
Did you see Mr. Fung do anything that you thought was inappropriate that day?
No, I didn't.
Now, you told us that you testified back on March 31, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Cochran was here when you testified?
Yes, he was.
Um,
Oh no, I was muted and Josh isn't here. Don't tell Josh. Don't tell Josh I was muted. Zach, I had a Turkey Hill story for you today, but it turns out it's not Turkey Hill at all. You guys don't understand what I'm saying. Turkey Hill is big around here. People say they're big for ice cream. That's not true. It's their iced tea. Their iced tea gets people addicted. Like their iced tea is really good. And their ice cream is really good. But I got spiced apple tea. Wait, spiced apple tea. Unfortunately, I just found out it's not Turkey Hill because I went to Sheets and Sheets does not have Turkey Hill. So I had to get an off-brand iced tea last night, which is crazy for Lancaster. Listen, we drink Turkey Hill. But I got this spiced apple, and it's not yummy. It's not. Don't worry about that noise. Sorry.
And Mr. Cochran asked you questions during that hearing?
Yes, he did.
When was the next time you spoke to Mr. Cochran? That is after March 31, 1995.
I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday this week?
Yes.
And when Mr. Cochran spoke to you, he asked you questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you respond to all those questions?
Yes, I did.
Were you honest with them?
Yes, I was.
Being honest with this jury?
Yes, I am.
You telling the truth?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see Dennis Fung gather or collect any evidence that day?
Not gathering, no.
Okay. And you weren't there to watch him do that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
And when you were in my office the other day watching TV, in my office, right?
I think that's your office, Patty?
Okay. Are you talking about, you were with Patty Jo Fairbanks?
Yes.
Patty Jo Fairbanks. You were watching TV, right?
Yes.
Had you had any word or any order or any directive from Mr. Cochran at all that you should not watch TV?
No.
Now, you were in my office at some point, right?
Yes, I was.
And you watched some television, right?
Yes.
And when you watched television in my office, you watched a portion of this video we just saw, right?
Exactly.
Okay, we didn't watch cartoons and
No.
other stuff, right? We didn't watch the trial, did we?
No.
And during the time that you were watching the trial, I take it you were watching me down here in court, right?
Yes, sir.
I wasn't up there with you, right?
That's right.
Thank you,
I
Zach.
couldn't stop
Thank
watching
you.
TV at the time, could I?
No, sir.
Zach, you don't have tasty cakes where you are anymore either, do you?
Sustained.
No Turkey Hill, no tasty cakes? No. No. No.
Yes, 167A. Mr. Cochran.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. Mr. Ford, again, sir, we won't keep you much longer, and you'll be able to go back to your duties. You were asked a series of questions by Mr. Darden, and he showed you that video again, and I want to ask you now, right at this jury, tell him, when you walked into that bedroom, Mr. O.J. Simpson's bedroom, at about 4:12 or 4:13 in the afternoon, did you see any socks on that carpet at the foot of the bed?
No, I didn't.
You walked right over that carpet, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And sir, we can put all the dots we want or arrows on that carpet, and we can move 5 spots in or whatever. But you were there and you saw that carpet, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you didn't see any socks on that, did you, sir?
Full roll.
You didn't see any socks, did you?
No, I didn't.
And you're telling us the truth, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And you know, with regard to your role there, your role was important, and that's why you're paid by the city of Los Angeles, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
What you went out there to do was for civil liability purposes, is it correct? You took some photographs of the exterior and the interior of Mr. O.J. Simpson's residence, right?
That's correct.
Well, you took some, let me strike photographs, and you took a video of the exterior and interior of Mr. Simpson's residence. Isn't that right, sir?
That's correct.
And how long have you been employed by the city of Los Angeles?
13 years.
And you plan to do this the rest of your working life, don't you? I mean, this job with the city of Los Angeles?
Perhaps.
I mean, you like this job, don't you?
Oh, it's a pretty exciting job, yes.
Right? You don't want to lose this job, do you?
No, I don't.
And you did your job well on that day, isn't that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're just here to tell us what you recall from that date. Isn't that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, let's go back for a moment. So we're clear that you never saw any socks on that carpet. You described for us that you left the location by 16:30 or 4:30 in the afternoon. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Roll.
And you've seen, I'd like to put you on Insurance People's 158 log. This, you've had occasion to see this log indicating the time that you left the location on that date, have you not?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a look. We'll start with the 16:30 and see forward there.
Yes.
And that's the log you referred to. And 16:30 is 4:30 in the afternoon, isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
And let's see if we can find when you arrived there. You got there. Let's see if we can move up and find forward again. You came with your boss,
I do.
and you're pointing to a place where it says 15:10,
Yes.
and it says you arrived at 15:10 and left at 16:30. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, that was logged and put down by some police officers. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You don't think that police officer would make those times up, do you?
No.
You didn't just create those times out of whole cloth. You wrote down the times that you arrived there, right?
Sounds like argument to me.
Think so, Your Honor?
Yep.
Let me see if I can phrase it another way. I was just thinking. With regard to these times on here, you have no reason to believe the officers weren't accurate the time they wrote those times down. Isn't that correct?
Full roll. Full roll.
You have no reason. Can you answer that question?
Yes.
They were accurate as far as you know, right?
Yes.
Because in fact, Mr. Ford, you know that you got there about 3:10 because in looking through the viewfinder of this RCA camcorder, you know that you started shooting sometime shortly after 3:10. Isn't that correct?
Sustained.
All right. What time did you start shooting with this RCA camcorder on that particular date, sir?
Shortly after I checked in.
Shortly after 3:10, right?
Yes, sir.
And so specifically, you went there. Isn't it correct that there was a police officer assigned there at the gate to log people in at this crime scene? Isn't that right?
This is correct.
And that,
Counsel, forgive me, but it's a very simple issue that now we've asked Mr. Ford, by my count, 10 times, were there any socks? And he has said 10 times, no. And we established what time he got there, according to the log, talked about the camcorder,
all right.
and Mr. Ford has told us that this is all the truth.
All right.
So, since we've all heard it 3 or 4 times now, perhaps we could wind this up.
All right, Your Honor. Certainly, I'll try to do that. Let me ask a few more questions of the court, please. Now, Mr. Ford, with regard to your role there, though, you never saw any evidence collected on that date. Isn't that correct?
No, sir.
Because that was not your job, right?
That's correct.
All right. You just went to do your job, and primarily your job was focusing on this viewfinder, right?
Yes, sir.
By the way, with this RCA camcorder, of course, permission, when you looked through this viewfinder, you could see the time and date in there, couldn't you?
Yes, you can.
In fact, there's a way, if you wanted to, you could disconnect that. Couldn't you
That's
press a little
correct.
button?
That's right.
But you never did that, did you?
No, I didn't.
And before this detective told you to cut off the sound, did you have the sound on?
I think it was. It was connected.
And you would have left this, you had nothing to hide that day, did you?
No, I didn't.
All right, if you had been told anything, you would have left the sound on, wouldn't you?
That's correct.
And the sound would have picked up anybody coming and going or any voices, right?
Right.
Now, you were asking questions about talking with myself and Mr. Neufeld on Monday of this week. You recall that?
Yes.
And we just asked you what had happened. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you responded and told us. Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the video, you did video these blood drops in the foyer, did you not?
Yes, I
Pictures of
did.
that? You took pictures of that, right?
Yes.
Nope.
Sustained.
Your Honor, maybe hear on that? Regard to that?
It's beyond
Because-
scope.
May I ask one other question with regard to that? You become
One
clear to
other
the court?
question.
Or,
One other question.
well, you had indicated that you did not, you told us already you didn't really see any evidence collected, right? You told us that.
That's correct.
And you told us that you weren't focusing on any items that might be collected there that particular day, right?
That's correct.
But you did, in fact, focus on and photograph some blood drops in the foyer. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
I think,
Well,
isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And also downstairs, did you not focus in, video in on a glove that had been placed by some detective on a table downstairs?
sustained. Sustained. Assumes facts, not evidence.
Well, may I show the video? May court indulge me a moment? All right.
Those two portions. Those two portions.
Sure. Thank you. Now, with regard to we'll show two areas. Oh, was that, by the way, back that up. Back it up a little further. Back it up. Now stop.
All right, starting at 2:32 on the tape, which is 10:68, appears to be in the foyer, entry foyer.
Right, and is that where you photographed the blood spots? Is that
Yes.
correct? Now I want to show you a person. Move on a little forward, Mr. At this point, Mr. You guys can move on forward. I want to ask you if there's a lady. Just stop right there. You know who that lady is?
Have a great
Yes.
day in
Who's that
Lancaster
lady?
and Ephrata.
Marsalis.
Now, would that be Mazzola?
Mazzola, yes.
Or as Mr. Neufeld says, Mazzola? Is that Miss Mazzola?
Mazzola, yes.
We have various pronunciations. But that's Miss Mazzola.
Yes, it is.
Okay, sir. All right, continue on.
I want to hear more about the socks. I haven't heard enough yet, guys.
That was about 3:33. It's about an hour before you left there, right? At this point?
Yes, sir.
All right. He's going to point where I point you. ask another question to save some time. With regard to, Mr. Darden asked you some questions about this camera. We've already gone to the time that you logged there, and the court didn't want us to do that, and then we know what time you started shooting. And with regard to that, who was it who told you that the camera was an hour off and related back to daylight savings time? Who was that?
I don't know the exact person's name. It was a detective working on the case from RHD.
Detective working on the case from where?
RHD?
So it was a police officer who told you that?
Yes.
He told you the camera was 1 hour off, right?
Yes.
All right, and you believe that, right?
Yes.
That was consistent with everything else you saw there, right?
Yes.
Do you remember that detective's name at all?
It might have been Harrow. I don't know. I had gotten it secondhand through my boss.
All right, you don't know who it was exactly?
Not exactly. Just somebody from RHD.
Howard's the person you turned the tape back over to, right?
I think so.
Judge, get them. Yell at them.
I'll ask a few more questions. He's still trying to get to the glove part. I apologize for the delay. May we approach you on one question while we're doing that?
Sure.
Some time. Thank you.
Without the reporter.
You saw a glove there at that point, is that correct?
Yes.
And that glove hadn't been picked up or seized or anything, had it? It was just like that, right?
Right.
And you just shot it,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you know whether or not that glove was seized and taken into police custody at some point after that?
No, I don't.
I'm asking.
Overruled.
Do you know?
No, I don't.
All right. But you did take a shot at that, is that correct, sir?
Yes, I did.
And that was part of what you were doing as you went about your job of shooting any and everything that you saw that was out, right?
That's right.
And if the stocks had been out when you were up there in that bedroom, you would have shot those two, right?
That's correct.
You didn't shoot them because they weren't there.
Overruled.
You didn't shoot them because they weren't there when you were up there, right?
Thanks for circling back to the socks. Thank you.
Just a second here.
Yes.
You gonna talk about socks?
With regard to that, the glove that was there, did some police officer say anything to you about that glove?
No. No, sir.
And you only saw this one glove at that location?
Yes.
All right. Do you know how it got there?
No, I don't.
Was Detective Harrow in and around there at the time?
I think he was.
Did somebody tell you specifically to take a photograph, take the video of that glove?
Overruled goes to the instructions he was given.
Not specifically.
And as I recall your testimony from the cross-examination, you never saw Mr. Fung with any bags upstairs, right? You saw bags in the house, is that right? That's your testimony?
From time to time, I saw him with his tools that he works with. It might have been some bags. I don't know.
But you don't recall, do you?
Not really.
Because when you're shooting the video, you're looking in the camera, is that
Yes,
correct?
I am.
All right. Thank you very kindly.
Mr. Darden?
Just a couple of minutes. How many times can you say that you didn't see the socks, Mr. Ford? You didn't see the socks, right?
That's correct.
Okay, jeez.
That's 11.
Yeah, that's not 11, that's 21. Mr. Ford, you didn't videotape the glove found outside, the one found on the south side of the house, is that correct?
Overruled. You didn't photograph any socks outside, did you? I mean, gloves outside.
That's correct.
Okay. And the socks that you've seen in the photograph, you know how much those socks cost?
It's this stain. That's irrelevant.
You didn't videotape the blood on the driveway?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And when you were videotaping the area near the glove, there's a lamp next to that glove, correct?
That's correct.
Does that appear to be an expensive lamp to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tiffany lamp?
I don't know what it's called. But pretty lamp.
Crystal?
Was it made out of crystal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Expensive pieces of crystal, I told you. You notice any expensive pieces?
Sustained.
Did you
Sustained.
notice any expensive pieces of crystal on that lamp? Right? Did you?
Do you know anything about Tiffany lamps, Counsel?
Me?
It looked like a nice lamp. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. And the gloves you saw there. Was that an Aris isotonic glove?
I don't know.
Did you notice that the glove was a large and not an extra large?
Didn't enter my mind.
Did you see the mate to that glove?
No, sir.
You don't know how that glove got there, do you?
No, sir.
And you don't know who owned that glove, do you?
No.
Did you think it was unusual to be a glove there? Only one glove, rather, there?
No.
And just so it's clear, there are crystal objects directly next to the glove in the video also, right? Do you call that?
I don't know. Yeah, there's some objects there. It looks like crystal.
Counsel, I think the jury saw the videotape for a significant period of time, and they know what was on that end table at the end of the couch.
I'll stop it, please.
Mr. Ford, are you aware that Detective Looper took that glove from Mr. Simpson's closet? Well,
Sustained. Sustained.
may I seek to rephrase it?
He testified he has no idea how it got there. Sustained.
May I ask another
Sustained.
question in that regard?
You can call Detective Looper if you
We'll
want.
call Looper? All right, we'll call Looper. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
you very much.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you. All right. Mr. Ford.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. You have a nice day. Yes, let's get our next witness down here, then. All right. All right, Mr. Cochran, Mr. Shapiro, Mr. Darden.
And what I'd like to point out to the court is that we have indicated to the prosecution much better than they ever did for us, Your Honor, the number of witnesses we expected to call. In the course of our trying our case the way we want to, we give them the names of the witnesses. If we opt not to call a particular witness, then we take that witness off. We give them enough witnesses to the more than enough, much more than what we got. With regard to Gigi Guerin, she's been on the list, and she is now necessitated because of Your Honor's inclination to push Dr. Reeders back and Ms. Martz and Agent Martz. If that happens, I asked Mr. Douglas to go and try to line up some witnesses that we were not going to call today.
Is Agent Martz available?
This is Mr. Blazer's order of proof. He'll have to decide the way he wants to do that. But I'm just indicating to the court that, based upon Your Honor's ruling, I think you've said many, many times we have a right to call our witnesses in order that we want to. And so I've had Mr. Douglas rummaging around trying to find witnesses. And at this point, I understand that we brought Gigi Guerin in. We had her come in immediately. I understand that Agent Police Officer Muldorfer is in the building. And if I can quiet for a moment, I will talk to Mr. Douglas about what's
Your Honor, just an hour
Hold on.
ago.
Hold on.
And we're going to get Detective Tom Lang, and we're trying to get Detective Harrow, and I imagine Detective Looper. So if we can get those, we can fill out the day. But it's necessitated by virtue of the fact that the court, Mr. Blazer, is supposed to be up moving with witnesses at this point. And so now because we don't want to waste time in this case, we're trying to use fill-in witnesses that we expect to call later on in the case at this point. And as the court can tell, that many of them are police officers, and the court knows they have some relevant testimony. They will not be long. But as to whether or not some of the other witnesses, I just want to point out to the court, we told the people, we've given them the notice, and we're moving ahead. Now, if we decide not to call a particular witness on a particular date, I'll always tell them that. And I just want to point out to this court again, just briefly, that about 2 weeks ago, before the people rested, Mr. Darden stood in this court and gave me a list of 5 so-called domestic discord witnesses. Mr. Clark came down and said, we're not calling any more of those witnesses. We didn't cry or run off, and we didn't make a big hubbub about that, Your Honor. We just moved on. And that's all I'm asking to do. I want to put these witnesses on and move on. The problem we're having is if we're not able to call readers tomorrow, is we're going to be out of these so-called, civilian witnesses we'd otherwise call. And I just want to make the court aware of that.
All right, Mr. Darden.
Your Honor, just an hour ago, Mr. Cochran told us that they wanted Detective Muldorfer down here. I sent my clerk upstairs to get the file on Muldorfer and Mraz and that whole mess. Now they're telling us they don't want it here. Detective Muldorfer has been in this courthouse waiting to testify for Mr. Cochran for 3 days, Your
No,
Honor.
Mr. Cochran just said that he was going to get to Muldorfer probably after Guerin, is what I just heard.
Well, I've heard that 6 or 7 times a day for the past 3 days. And so is Detective Muldorfer. In addition, they gave us a list that included Ernesto Rivas and Scott Matsuda from West Tech, Dale St. John, and a whole slew of other people. None of the people that have been mentioned to us as being witnesses for this week have included Detective Lang or Detective Looper. This is new.
The
Tomorrow's not in the subpoena.
issue is Gigi Guerin.
the issue is fairness, I think. But as far as Gigi Guerin is concerned, we've never gotten an offer of proof from the defense. We don't know what she would testify to or not.
Well, Ms. Guerin has testified at other hearings. We know who she is. She's been the housekeeper of Mr. Simpson for a couple of years. There's a multiplicity of things that she can testify to. I mean, she's present in the household. Her presence or absence on June the 12th was one of the issues that's been brought up. Even the location of her bedroom and proximity to the door in the back is an issue. In the
Hi,
case. I mean,
Nina.
there's a jillion things she can tell us about.
And half a jillion things she can tell us about that are inadmissible, irrelevant, prejudicial, and shouldn't be presented before this jury. And that's
Well-
why we'd like an offer of proof.
But there's a jillion things she can testify to that I can think of.
Well, there's a half a jillion. I agree. I don't disagree with the court on that, but I'd like an offer of proof. I mean, just like Mr. Cochran's next to
All
last
right,
question to the last witness.
Well, the only real issue is whether or not it's any surprise that she's coming, and it's not a surprise to me.
Offer of proof if we can.
Hold on.
The
I'm sorry,
question-
Mr. Cochran. I'm talking to Mr. Darcy.
Are we going into the June 28th search warrant, for instance?
That's what she testified to.
That's what she testified to before?
No, I understand.
Okay.
I understand that.
It's not relevant. Are we going into that? Are we going into?
I don't think so. All right, Mr. Cochran.
Regarding June 28th? I think it's very relevant. Let me just indicate to the court why I think it's relevant. First of all, I've indicated sidebar, and I gave the court an offer of proof that the court indicated was entirely appropriate. To expand upon that, in addition to the other items we've talked about, I think June 28th is also very relevant, Your Honor. She was present, if you recall, at this other hearing. And I think it's very relevant to this jury if on June 28th these police officers are sitting around Mr. Simpson's family room watching videos of Frogman, and they can't turn the TV off or
Cosmic.
adjust it after. I think that's very relevant with regard to the attitudes they have in the case. And so, but as we've indicated with every witness, when there's any issue, when there's a question, we have, unlike the prosecution, post submission and ask the court when we get to that point. And that's all we do.
Is that what you did when you asked the question? Is that what he did when he asked the question about
No,
detective?
counsel, no, we're not going to go back and forth on this. No, I think Ms. Guerin, because of her position with Mr. Simpson's household, can offer relevant testimony as to a multiplicity of issues. It's not a surprise that she's coming. We'll pick her testimony. We'll start her testimony at 1 o'clock. As to June 28th, that's a different issue.
Before I get to that point, Your Honor, I can approach and make an offer of
That's a
proof
different
on
issue.
the record.
But there are a lot of things she can tell us about.
May I inquire the court, and I ask the court to assist us in asking Mr. Cochran, who will he be calling after?
But what I just heard is Muldorfer, Looper, Harrow, and Lang. That's what I just heard.
Looper, Harrow is not, none of these people are in the subpoena. Harrow's on vacation, okay?
All right, then I assume Muldorfer and Detective Lang.
Okay, Lang and Looper are not on their 3-day witness list, and we object to that, okay?
All right. Well,
They're on the list, Mr. Douglas. Come here, Mr. Douglas.
No. No.
Tell me.
no. Detective Looper's name just came up. He'll be here to say, what was your instruction to Mr. Ford? Detective Lang could be called for any number of reasons. He was not released. He was subject to recall. All right, we'll stand in recess. Detective Lang can pop up at any point in time to clarify what goes on, since he's one of the investigating officers. All right, we'll stand in recess 1 o'clock.
Whew. Oh, man.
2 to 3 hours, maybe less. Same with Agent March.
All right, Ms. Clark.
Well, the problem is, Your Honor, that regardless of the length of the direct examination, it can be very brief and entirely misleading and confusing. I anticipate that it will be. And that means that the cross-examination will have to be extensive and detailed.
Don't we have a pretty fundamental difference in the types of results that the parts per million that you're likely to get in a reference sample is a gazillion parts per million, whereas these trace amounts are significantly less? I mean, isn't that something that's relatively simple to cross-examine on?
One would think, wouldn't one? I did too, when I first looked at it, and I spoke to Agent Martz about that. And I thought, show him the graph, show him the chart. It should be really apparent. But from what I am told, there are a lot of machinations that can occur comparing relative quantities on different days, which should not be done, but which we know the defense intends to do. And we will have 402 motions on their charts, which are misleading and confusing, because what they will attempt to do is compare amounts that are quantified and amounts that are quantified on one day to amounts that are quantified on another day to show relative degrees that they will attempt to assert prove the presence of EDTA, not just the kind that may be present in all of us right now as we sit here at a low level, but the kind of amount that would be indicative of coming from the preservative tube. And the problem that is engendered by that is that it's inappropriate to do so for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that on any given day that the column will register high or low, depending on how it's been used that particular day. Furthermore, the method of testing employed by Agent Martz was not meant to be for the purpose of precise quantifications. So
Ms.
they're
Clark,
using,
let's assume that I agree with you that it is a complex scientific process. The question is, today is the 20th of July. Why can't you be ready by the 24th of July?
because that gives me exactly a half day on Friday to prepare, and tonight.
Yeah, but professional attorneys are paid to work 24 hours a day when they're in trial.
And I would be glad to approach sidebar to explain to the court why the weekend is unavailable to me. But
Well, is there somebody else on your team who can do this?
no, Your Honor.
Why not? I mean,
Because
you
I-
have several lawyers who are very skilled, very knowledgeable.
At this point in time, I'm the one designated to do this. And I anticipated that we would have more time than this because it looked from the scheduling of things that he would be coming up at the very earliest, late next week, after Agent Marks testified. They have now completely rearranged the order, and not only that, but decided not to call Agent Marks until afterwards. Now, Agent Marks is available, he could testify today, but they refused to call him. That's their trial strategy, but it is when they use their trial strategy to deliberately prevent us from being prepared to cross-examine, that's another matter, and that's what they have done. And so perhaps, the defense has indicated that Dr. Reeders will not be available until August 2nd if he's not called to testify on Monday. And I don't see any problem with Dr. Reeders testifying on August 2nd. I don't see what the problem is.
No, I thought it was longer than that.
Longer than that.
When is
Your
when
Honor,
is it?
He's leaving the 30th to go to Vienna, I think, for a week. Now, the prosecution was advised last Saturday that we were calling Marks and Reeders this week. I can't believe that Ms. Clark says she's ready for Marks, but she's not ready for Reeders.
Oh, come on. I think
Ludicrous.
that's so obvious, it doesn't even bear addressing. You know, Agent Marks is going to be an honest witness who's going to testify truthfully to the
Counsel,
results.
Counsel.
That's a little easier.
Ms. Clark, earlier today, I cautioned you about the personal attacks.
Okay, I'm sorry,
I
Your Honor.
warned you already. Sanction is $250. Don't leave court without writing a check.
Your Honor,
Sanctions! We got
Dr. Reeders would be available then,
sanctions!
I take it, on the 7th of August. Is that correct?
I don't know what his plans are for coming back from Vienna. We anticipate being done by the 7th of August. I want to call him Monday because of his health.
All right, counsel, approach with the court reporter, please.
My name is Josephine, Josephine, Guarin, Guarin.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Guerin, are you nervous?
Yes, I am.
Is this the second time you've ever had to testify in your life?
Actually, this is my third time I appear before in the grand jury.
All right. But this is the third time in connection with this case?
Yes.
All right. And you're a little bit nervous, are you?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, just relax. Okay. And kind of sit back, and if you can pull the microphone a little closer and speak right into that for us, will you? All right. Now, Ms. Guerin, how are you employed presently?
I was Mr. Simpson housekeeper.
And Mr. Simpson, you're speaking of the gentleman over here to my far left, Mr.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson?
Yes, he is.
And approximately when did you start to work for Mr. O.J. Simpson, ma'am?
April of 1994.
And you succeeded another housekeeper at the time you came in, did you?
Yes, I did.
All right. And were you working full-time from April of 1994?
Yes,
on?
I do.
And are you still employed at the Rockingham residence now?
Yes, I do.
Now, during the time that, let's talk about the period of April of 1994 to June of 1994, did you work on a full-time basis for Mr. Simpson during that time?
Yes, I am.
And what was your regular work schedule during that period of time, Ms. Graham?
I work Monday to Friday.
All right. And would you normally have weekends off?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, during that period of time, was Mr. Simpson always at home during that period of time, or would he be out of town a lot?
He is out of town a lot of time. The whole month of April, he is out of town.
All right. So when you first started working for him, he was out of town pretty much that entire month?
Yes.
And do you know, Ms. Guerin, where he was during that time frame?
He is in Puerto Rico.
Well, if
No!
you became aware that
Josh, Marsha Clark just got $250 worth of sanctions and you missed it. Literally just 3 minutes ago, maybe.
Was out of town or out of the country during the month of April?
Yes, he is.
And how did you were aware of what he was doing while he was out of town?
Yes, he is.
And what was he doing?
He's filming.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Who's handling the witness here? All right, sustain.
Thank you. Before Mr. Simpson left in April of 1994, did you have some conversation with him about where he was going?
Yes, I have.
And when he was out of town, he would let you know where he was going to be, is that correct?
Yes, he will call me where he is.
And on occasion during the month of April, did Mr. Simpson call you from some location?
Yes, he is.
And when he called you during this period of time, did you ascertain during the course of these phone conversations where he was? You can answer that yes or no.
Yes.
And when he called, have you ever received phone calls from like overseas or from long distance before?
Overruled. Counsel, let me see you both sidebar without court.
Thank you.
I think it was near hour 1 hour 37 minutes. I think. Hold on. 1 hour 37. It's somewhere right there.
Involved in some kind of a video, exercise video during the month of May of 1994?
Yes.
All right, and during those periods of time, would there be
No,
nights
this
when
is
Mr. Simpson,
OJ's
was not at
housekeeper.
home?
Yes.
Did he travel quite a bit during that time frame we're talking about?
Yes.
Now, do you recall a time during the month of May of 1994 when Mr. Simpson had occasion to go to Palm Springs?
He go to Palm Spring on Memorial Weekend
And do you recall with whom did he go to Palm Springs on Memorial Weekend, if you know?
with Miss Paula Barbieri.
With Paula Barbieri?
Yes.
All right. And prior to that, when you first started working for Mr. Simpson in April, first part of April of 1994, did you have occasion to meet Mrs. Nicole Brown Simpson?
Yes, I do.
And was there a period of time the two of them were together?
Yes.
And did you see them together?
Yes.
And where did you see them together during this time in April of 1994?
In Rockingham residence.
All right. Would you see them at any other location?
No.
Now,
Yeah,
with
I was
regard
wrong
to
about that time, by the way.
did you continue to see them together during part of the month of May of 1994?
Around first week of March. First week of May.
All right. And they continued to be together during that time frame?
Yes.
Did there come a time when they were no longer together during the month of May of 1994?
Overruled.
You can answer that.
Can you repeat the question,
Certainly
please?
answer that too. Did there come a time when you didn't see Mr. Simpson in the company of Mrs. Nicole Brown Simpson sometime during the month of May of 1994?
I didn't see her like after Mother's Day, something like that.
Sometime after Mother's Day of 1994?
Yes.
And was it after that that you then saw Mr. Simpson with Miss Paula Barbieri?
Yes, I do.
During the time that you saw Miss Nicole Brown Simpson with Mr. Simpson,
Maria Lopez was the
did you see
neighbor's
Paula Barbieri with him during that same time frame?
housekeeper.
No.
You saw her after they were no longer seeing each other, is that right?
Yes.
It is allowed to stand up. Move
Thank
along.
you. Now, we talked about April and May and Mr. Simpson's travel schedule. Were you aware of whether or not during the month of June, whether or not he left town during any portion of that time?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Certainly. We talked about Mr. Simpson traveling during the month of April, traveling during the month of May. Now, I wanted to ask you at least about the first part of June. Are you aware of whether or not Mr. Simpson had occasion to leave town during the month of June?
Yes.
Do you know where he went?
I know he went to New York, to Virginia, and I don't know where. And I know that he's going to Chicago on that Sunday. I think that's June the 12th.
All right. How did you know he was going to go to Chicago on Sunday, June 12th, ma'am?
Because I need to make my schedule with his schedule because I need to be at the house whenever he is out of town at nighttime.
All right. So that would you adjust your schedule around Mr. Simpson's travel schedule?
Yes, I do.
And was that one of the reasons why you knew generally when he was leaving town, when he'd come back, when he was leaving? Is that right?
Yes, I do.
And with that, would his travel schedule affect your duties around the Rockingham residence?
Sometimes.
All right. And would you adjust your travel schedule to accommodate times when Mr. Simpson was going to be away, out
Yes.
of town?
I need to make my schedule with his schedule so that there is no conflict on our schedule.
So you try to work it out, is that
Yes.
correct? All right. Now, with regard to Mr. Simpson, let's go back to the months of April and part of May of 1994, certainly in late April and early May. Are you aware of whether or not Mr. Simpson spent any nights away from home over at the home of Miss Nicole Brown Simpson? Objection. So I'm asking yes or no. Yes or no to that question. Foundation.
You can answer the question.
Yes, I do.
And
Foundation.
foundational, yes, Your Honor. And would you explain to the court and to the jury what would happen? How you would you have contact with Mr. Simpson when he was away at night?
Yes, I do.
And would you describe for us in your own words what would happen? How would you have contact with Mr. Simpson in the evening? We're talking about the month of May and the month of April and early May.
There is some phone calls that coming from Rockingham, and if there is important, I need to call to relay the information to Mr. Simpson. So I will call Miss Simpson house, Nicole, and give the message to her. And so sometimes I'll talk to Mr. Simpson there.
So would there be occasions when you would get messages from Mr. Simpson, and you would then have to call him over to Nicole Brown Simpson's house?
Yes,
And when you did that, occasions did you talk to Mr. Simpson late in the evening and late at night?
yes,
And in discussing with him where he'd be that night, you became aware that he was spending the night over at her house?
he will,
Sustained.
Well, when you would call Mr. Simpson, and late at night, would you find him at some particular location?
I will call Miss Simpson's residence. If Mr. Simpson is not there, I will ask her where he is.
Okay. And on occasion, when you would call there, would Mr. Simpson be there?
Yes, he is.
And when he was there, you talked to him on the phone?
Yes.
If he wasn't there, would you leave a message for him? Oh. What would you do if he... Let me phrase you. You can answer that.
I'll leave the message to her, or I will tell her to please call me at the Rockingham address.
And on occasion thereafter, if you left a message for him, would you get calls back from Mr. Simpson?
Yes,
He would then call back?
yes, he will.
And when he called back, did he say where he was sometimes?
Yes,
And would he indicate that on occasion he was calling for Miss Nicole Brown?
Sustained. Sustained.
All right. Now, during the time that you've worked for Mr. Simpson, you've had occasion to go into his closet, have you not, and see his clothes closet?
that's part of my job.
And could you describe for us Mr. Simpson's habits regarding his clothes? Can you tell this court and jury something about that, please?
He wants everything in order, and he is neat and putting everything in place so that he knows where to get it when he needs it.
He was neat in putting everything in place?
Yes,
And with regard to, let's say that, are you aware that Mr. Simpson played golf?
yes, I do.
And when he would come back home from playing golf, would he sometimes have some arrangement with you about the clothes that he played in and played golf in?
Yes.
Could you describe that for the court and jury, please?
He wear the clothes that he used to wear from playing golf. He will put it on the chair inside his closet. It means it needs to be washed.
All right, and how would he fix those clothes, the clothes that were presumably dirty
It will
clothes?
be arranged on the top of the chair nicely, sometimes folded nicely or hanging there nicely.
And you knew that when you saw these clothes either folded or hanging nicely. What did you take that to mean?
It means that I need to check if I need to wash them, or check I need to wash them, or put it back on the things on the hanger on the closet.
All right. Now, as you took care of Mr. Simpson in the house, did you ever see him leave clothes all strewn around the floor or around his bed or things of that nature?
Never, I never see him do that.
You mentioned that in his closet. With regard to his clothes, you know what color coordinated means? You know what color coordinated means?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell us and describe for us how his clothes were arranged in his closet?
He wants everything. All the whites will be together. All the white clothes will be together, the same color, on the same. They're all together at the same line, and all the gold pants are all together, and the denims are all together.
What about his shoes? Did he have any particular arrangement for his shoes in his closet?
All the shoes that he usually wear, it's on the floor under the under his closet where his pants hang on, and also on the there's a shelf on the top of the closet. There's that he can put his shoes there.
How would you describe his closet? How did it seem?
It's big.
All right, in addition to being big, how did the clothes appear as they were in that closet?
Everything is arranged properly, and he wants it the way it is. Folded nicely. Clothes are on the same place that he wants to see it.
All right, what about when he would take off clothes? And would he have a habit of taking off clothes and just leave them off the hangers while you were there?
When he wear clothes and he doesn't like it, he will put it back on the hanger and put it on the same place where he got it.
So he wouldn't leave clothes laying around, is that correct?
No.
Now, during this time frame, you've described for the court and jury that Mr. Simpson was traveling a lot, and I presume on occasion he would leave from the Rockingham residence, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you ever been around when Mr. Simpson was leaving to go on a trip?
Yes.
Can you describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how Mr. Simpson would, what you observed as he would leave to go on trips?
He's always rushing.
And describe that for us. What would he be doing?
He's always, the limo is already there, the one who will pick him up. It's still going to keep for a long time because he's just going to start putting all her things together on the last minute.
You've observed this yourself.
Yes, I do. Sometimes I will help him packing all the things that he needs.
And waiting to the last minute, would that require him to do something? Was he rushing around?
He's rushing around, doing everything on the last minute.
All right. Did you ever talk to him about that?
He is always late. I will tell him that Dale is here. He is already waiting outside. He said, tell him I will be there soon, but Dale was going to wait for a long time before he will come down.
All right. And when you say Dale, are you referring to a limousine driver
Yes.
by the name of Dale St. John?
I know his name is Dale. I don't know his last name.
All right. So this particular habit of Mr. Simpson, would he always be running late?
Yes.
I hear running late all the time is a good quality in someone.
Proceed.
Did you read about it? Did you answer?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Would Mr. Simpson always be running late on these trips?
Yes, always.
The limousine driver would have to wait for him?
Yes.
Now, at times when Mr. Simpson, when he was running late, would his habit for picking up his clothes change at all, or would it remain the same? Can you describe
Remain
that
the
for the jury?
Remain the same. He will, after he put everything on his suitcase, he will make it sure that everything is in proper place, that he never leave anything out.
Let's just say here.
Sure.
I'm not sure these photographs are in evidence, Your Honor. So just in case, I'll show them to counsel. We won't see them. And I'd like to mark, this may be one of the exhibits, but I'll, in abundance of precaution, I'll mark this as a defense exhibit if I might.
1256.
1256, I've shown it to counsel. And I put a 1256 in the back. Governor, I'd like to approach the witness, Your Honor.
You may.
Counsel has now seen this. I want to show you what has now been marked as exhibit 1256, Ms. Warren. Will you take a look at that photograph, please? And I'll ask you some questions after you've seen it.
Appears to be identical. What was it, 167?
It may be, Your Honor. We've now looked at this.
Yes.
Can I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
With regard to this particular photograph, do you recognize the room depicted in this photograph?
Yes, it is.
And what room, whose room is this?
That's Mr. Simpson's room.
All right, and that's the room that you worked in during this time frame we've been talking about?
Yes.
If I were to put this on the Elmo, I'll answer some questions about it.
Mr. Robertson.
Now, you can look down at the monitor there. With regard to that photograph that's now on the Elmo, anytime during the time you worked for Mr. Simpson, have you ever seen him leave any socks on the rug or on that carpet in his room at any time, out like that?
No.
There appear to be some kind of straps on his bed or across the bed. At any time, have you ever, at any time, ever seen Mr. Simpson leave any straps or anything like that on his bed in that fashion?
No.
Now, during the time that you worked for Mr. Simpson as his housekeeper, did he have and use a cellular telephone on occasion?
Yes. Yes.
All right. And other than the cellular telephone, was there a cordless telephone at all in that house at all?
No.
Have you on occasion seen Mr. Simpson use the cellular telephone?
Yes.
Will you describe for the court and jury where and at what places would you see him use or talk on the cellular telephone?
Around the pool area and around the front yard.
All right. And did you ever see him use the cellular phone inside the house?
No.
You had other telephones inside the house?
Yes.
Now, this cellular phone that Mr. Simpson would use around the pool area or the front part of the house, was that cellular phone capable of being put in either one of his cars?
Yes.
And have you had occasion to see that same cellular phone inside of his Bronco?
Yes.
And you could then remove it from the Bronco?
He will move it to the Bentley.
Now, you've seen the Bronco before, have you not?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Did you ever drive the Bronco yourself?
Yes.
You've driven it yourself on occasion?
Yes.
Now, with regard to the Bronco, can you describe for the court and jury on what streets, if any, the Bronco would normally be parked?
It will park on Ashford, sometimes in Rockingham.
All right. Those are things that you observed yourself, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Now, did you have occasion to speak with Mr. O.J. Simpson on the evening hours of June 12th of 1994?
Yes, I do.
And would you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what time did you have occasion to speak with Mr. Simpson on that Sunday evening?
I called him from Knott'sberry Farm around 8 o'clock that Sunday night.
All right. You were at Knott's Berry Farm?
Yes, I do.
And who were you at Knott's Berry Farm with?
With my family.
And you were having a nice time, I presume?
Yes.
All right. And in that connection, you called Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I do.
At the time you called Mr. Simpson, did you know whether or not he would be leaving town that night?
I know he is leaving town that night.
And there had been some prearrangement regarding his schedule?
Yes.
All right. Did you make some request of Mr. Simpson when you called at about 8 o'clock on June 12, 1994? He answered yes or no.
Yes, I do.
And you called him, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. And what did you ask Mr. May we approach on this limited portion?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
If you ain't gonna testify, it's hearsay. I don't even know why you have to approach. Darden's bouncing up and down. Darden doesn't like it.
All right, thank you, counsel.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. Now,
Oh, I'm sorry, we got everybody? Yes. Okay. Proceed.
thank you, Your Honor. Now, I think I was asking you about this conversation with Mr. Simpson on June 12th of 1994. And you described for us, as I recall, that you called him about 8 o'clock in the evening. Is that correct?
Yes,
And
I
did you
do.
request of Mr. Simpson at that time permission to remain at Knott's Berry Farm?
Hold on.
Did you?
I'm sorry?
I'll rephrase it, Your Honor.
Rephrase it.
Did you obtain permission from Mr. Simpson to stay with your family at Knott's Berry Farm and have a good time on the evening of June 12th, 1994, after 8 o'clock?
Hold on.
Yes, I do.
And was that your request?
Yes,
Okay.
it's my request.
He didn't call you, you called him, right?
I call him from Knott'sberry Farm.
Now, and you did not talk with Mr. Simpson after you got permission to stay at Knott's Berry Farm. You didn't talk with Mr. Simpson anymore that particular evening, did you?
No, I did not.
And when did you next come back to work at Rockingham?
I came back Monday morning.
All right. So you were not home, or not at Rockingham at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight on June 12th. Is that right?
No, I'm not.
And part of that time, you were still out at Knott's Berry Farm having a nice time with your family, right?
Yes, I do.
Now, when you spoke with Mr. Simpson at about 8 o'clock on June 12th of 1994, can you describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury in the court how Mr. Simpson's voice seemed, how he appeared at that time?
It's the same thing. It's the same OJ that I used to talk to. He's the same person. Every time I talk to him, it's the same mood, the same everything.
All right. Did he sound like he was acting to you?
No.
Oh,
No.
did the answer get in here?
Yes, it did.
You say he sounded like the same OJ?
Yes, the same OJ.
Is that what you're referring to as OJ?
Yes. Yes.
All right. And when you said the same OJ, what do you mean by that?
He's the same, same joyful, you can easy to talk to. You can say anything that you want to say to her, to him. The same person that I always talk to. There's no difference at all.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Mr. Darden? Certainly. Excuse me, Kathleen, I'm going to take a recess for just a minute. I've got a piece of equipment down here that's driving me nuts. Yeah. All right, folks, let me ask you just to step back into the jury room, and one of our electronic pieces down here is buzzing on me. Sure, and we'll call you back out as soon as I can take care of this problem. Ms. Karen, you can step down, however, don't go anywhere, okay? All right, the records reflect we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel, and Mr. Cochran, you have a few concluding questions?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Ms. Grant, just a couple other questions. Again, during the time frame that you
They
worked
skipped it.
for Mr. Simpson at the home, can you describe for the court and jury
I was ready for Dearden to say, hey, did they tell you what to say while you were on the stand? And they skipped it.
the time on the evenings that Mr. Simpson would be home that he would normally go to bed at night?
Or
Usually on his room around 9 o'clock or earlier at night.
All right, 9 o'clock p.m. or earlier?
Yes.
And what time would he normally get up in the morning?
I usually get up at 7.
All right, what about on days when he's going to play golf?
Usually when I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, he's not there anymore. He's playing golf already.
So when you would wake up at 7, he'd already be gone?
Yes, he is.
And you became aware afterwards that he had played golf and had left early that morning?
Yes.
So he'd be early to bed and early to rise?
Yes.
Now, with regard to Mr. Simpson, did you ever see any pills around your house called Juice Plus pills?
There is some.
You saw those at the house?
Yes.
And did you ever make any special kind of drinks for Mr. Simpson?
Yes, I do.
What kind of drinks would you make?
It's a carrot and celery juice
And how often would you make carrot and celery juice for him?
every day.
Would he drink it?
Yes.
You know why he was drinking carrot and celery juice?
overruled, but I need a foundation here.
All right. You, when you first came and started working for Mr. Simpson, you had any instructions on making this celery and carrot juice?
He,
Overruled. Did you receive instructions on how to make it?
yes, I do.
And from whom did you get that?
From Michelle.
And that was the previous housekeeper
Yes.
who was there before you came?
Yes.
And then you learned how to make, did you make this in a blender?
On a juice extractor.
A juice extractor?
Uh-huh.
All right. And then he would drink it every day?
Yes.
How much would he drink?
A glass of carrots and celery juice.
Okay. How big? Hold the glass up. Show us how big the glass was for the judge.
Like the beer mugs, cup, something like that.
Like the size of a beer mug cup?
Yes.
All right. And you'd make that every day?
Yes.
And do you know why he was taking that carrot and celery juice?
Speculation? Sustain. Foundation. I don't know the
I understand. I understand you. I'm with you. Did you ever have
All right, no. All right, one more question.
any conversation with Mr. Simpson as to why he would drink this carrot and celery juice? You can answer that yes or no.
Yes.
All right.
Nope, that was your last question for today, sir. You're out of time. You got no more time. You should have hurried. You got Marcia to get a sanction today, sir, even though it wasn't you. That was great. It was just a slight, I don't even think it was that bad. I wouldn't have sanctioned her for that, but Judge Ito did. And then, jury saw it. All right, guys. Time to get to work. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. I shall see you all again very soon, okay? No judges until Monday, so don't go to jail today. Bye, guys.